So the most important aspect of training long term and experiencing results long term basically starts with the stress model and making sure that we understand that. So essentially what happens with the body is that it has a baseline of comfort where it likes to be, and that is called homeostasis. So basically, when you go in and train, you are not in a situation where you are building up anything. You are more in a breakdown or tear down process when you go into a training session. So the idea is go into a training session, cause some disruption. As a result of the disruption during the recovery period, when you are out of the gym, that is when the body is going to make adaptations and changes so that that level of stress does not cause disruption to the baseline again. So more or less, this is called the SRA principle: stimulate, recover, adapt. Now the hard part here is finding kind of your Goldilocks scenario. Basically, what you're going to need to kind of tinker around with and experiment with is volume above a given workload, session to session, cycle to cycle, and try to figure out what works best for you and what's going to cause an adaptation response. In addition to this, you're going to need to figure out what is training too frequently going to look like for you, what is training too infrequently going to look like for you. So initially, it's going to take a little bit of experimentation on your behalf to figure out, okay, this was too much, this was not enough. So the next question becomes, okay, how do we know what was too much? How do we know what was not enough? So just because you have soreness is not always an indicator of progression or accomplishment within a given training session. For example, if I'm in a power cycle, if I do 5 sets of 1 at 90%, I'm not really going to get that sore because there is not that much eccentric stress to the body. So I'm not going to be incredibly sore as a result. So it's just this introductory understanding of the SRA principle or the stress model and getting a decent understanding of where you need to be. Because if I go back to the gym and I train really, really hard and I do that too frequently, then I never recover. So basically have a look at these graphics I've provided and let me know if you have any questions or concerns about, I don't quite understand what is being said here, but if you will Google Hans Selye stress model, he was the first scientist to introduce basically stress and the body's response to that. So keep in mind, all you're looking to do is go in and disrupt your body's baseline or your body's homeostasis level, and then go home and rest and recover. Try to live as low stress life as you can, which I know is difficult sometimes, and then eat clean foods that are minimally processed and train really hard over the long course of over a long period of time, and good things tend to happen. All right.